This is George with the Harmony Trading System, and what a day we're having right now. The market received the GDP numbers, the economic numbers, and sold off in a very meaningful way, but not before it trapped a lot of longs in a very kind of nasty price action. And that emphasizes how risk management is very critical. You got to protect your capital, and you got to protect your emotions as well in an environment that is very volatile like this. But we had 6 trades. One of the trades was before the market actually opened or the room opened, and I'm going to feature it also here in the recap, and the rest of the trades while we were trading all together. And with that, let's watch the trades together. All right, and here it comes. We started the day with a short, and what we got going on here is the 200 Inturinco and the 100 Inturinco were in sync. Market rallied into a resistance area, which is the top end of the cloud, and we took 2 contract trade. We tried to pocket the first one, and the market kind of started to oscillate and consolidate, and basically was looking for really a continuation trade lower. But at the same time, again, like we talked, we have to protect our capital. We had another run up that's coming up here in a second toward the 380, which is target number 1, and we added one more trade in that sequence for the sell-off that's going to happen. And ultimately, when we look at this price structure, the market sold off significantly from this level. So our short here ended up holding up in a very meaningful way. And here we go. There's going to be a captain setup short, and that really helped out that trade. Excuse me. Yeah, it was almost a captain setup short, and now we're coming into that trade. So that was it for that trade. And I got involved in another sequence once the market gave us a retracement, and I took a quick profit. The market was in sync on the short side, and it really continued to sell off in a very meaningful way from there. And here we go, the market sold off significantly to the 200, and I took a scalp long, which was a captain setup, I believe, on the 50 Inturinco. It was a quick scalp, did not last long, and that was a statement for me that the market is weak, and we did not hold on to any of it. And I think we were up about 677 here. The 50 Inturinco was really consolidating in and around this area. And here we got a captain set up, a switch trade long, and we took it. So I'm starting to fade here, and I had to be very careful, and I'm going to do it. If I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it with one contract. And I think this is the part where my system went down with that one trade. I'm glad that I just had one trade only, or one contract only, because the system just went down. And here you go, boom. And the dreaded Ninja Trader has stopped working. I mean, your heart will skip a beat. I don't care if you have one contract or 100. So now I'm sitting here trying to figure out where I'm at. I'm asking everybody, hey, please help. Let me know where I'm at. And the market was just consolidated around that 200, and we got back in, and just basically trying to get my system to cooperate. Still have that one contract. I thought, I was still in the money, and the minute I got, here we go, the minute I got back online, I just pushed, boom, out. Get me out of here. Yeah, here we go. Coming in. Thank you very much. Boom, I'm out. See ya. Yeah. And the market eventually got to my target, and my target was, I mean, it spent a little bit of time here. Now we're looking for a potential captain setup on the 100 NT Rinko, and actually that ended up materializing. But again, such a volatile environment that we needed to protect ourselves. I took a 2-contract trade for a long, took 1 contract off fairly quickly, and went break even. I don't want to give this market even an inch. And the market ended up really actually behaving very well and getting to the captain setup and breaking above the 205, and then ran up nicely to 272. And here we go. We take another trade, and that one I took a bit of risk. And once the captain setup long presented itself, I was willing to take a little bit of risk all the way down to the bottom end of the captain setup. And I think I took the scalp version of that trade just because I saw the market kind of peter out a little bit. Target number 2 got hit and faded, and I got out of it. And you could see that the captain setup actually ended up working. Here we ended up adding in multiple tranches once the market flipped on the 200 NT Rinko. We took a bit of heat, and however, we ended up getting out of some of it. I ended up with 6 contract and added in and around the 96, and got involved in the 90 in the 19, and I had a captain set up at that high. So just kind of added in that range, and the expectation is to see a minimum of 1 candle to the upside, which would have put us at 272. So we just had to kind of take on a little bit of that heat, in anticipation of that push and that move, which ultimately did happen. And I had a lot of things going for me. One of them is I have a captain set up on the 100 NT Rinko. It's going to be a protective level for any price action that's dipping down in that level. And now, the 250 is going to come, and I took money along the way, and I ended up basically making just a small amount of money here. And the trade with a little bit of patience would have worked out for a big amount. But the environment is kind of skittish, and I just decided, just take what you got, call it a day. We're up about $1,536 at that point. I'm good. Here we go, and that's it. That's how we ended up the day. About 15. I think that it's gonna pop up here in a second. All these trades, here we go, 15. Oh, you can't see it, but you could see all the trades slowed down. Here we go, 15, 30 something, 36. You could see all those trades on YouTube. Have a good one.